All right, everyone. So a very warm welcome to yet another session of Let's Journal. So again, just a reminder to everybody, this is not a weekly exercise. This is a daily exercise. And it's not just a daily exercise. If you feel that something is coming up again and again, then it's an hourly exercise, or as long as you wish to look within into the stuff. It's an exercise again and again. The common journaling format, which has been introduced recently, you will find in the session journal number 1, Let's Journal part 1. And then every week, Mani is picking up one aspect of our lives and making us look deeper and deeper within. So if you find that some aspect appeals to you to do again, you can go and, you can go over it again yet another time. Or if you feel that, no, I need to go back to this again several times over, then along with your, daily journaling, you can also look at the additional journaling part. So there we go. That's for the Let's Journal intro over and over again. And now I'm going to, as usual, start to share the format. There we go. Okay. And what was I trying to do here? Yes. So wonderful. Hope everybody is ready. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them down in the chat part of the meeting. And we begin. Today, the word being struggle. Struggle. So pay attention. Pay attention to the word struggle and which areas of your life define struggles. So I'm going to go over several of the areas of our lives. And as I do that, I'll keep putting up some areas of your life, and you keep looking at it and look within to see if this word struggle resonates with that part. If the word struggle resonates with that part of your life, then go a little bit deeper into it, a little bit deeper, just to be able to see who all are the actors playing, where all do you count your struggle to be, if there is a particular incident, or just in general, if there is a struggle involved. So, for example, and I will keep explaining as we go along. So, the first few that have come up are work, friendships, and money. At work, do you struggle? Do you struggle with the job itself? Do you struggle with your colleagues, your bosses, your subordinates? Do you struggle with customers? If at all, then simply look at that part of the struggle and put down a word or two, maybe a line over there about where you specifically feel the struggle to be. In friendships, do you struggle to make friends? Do you struggle with your friends to make a point? Do you struggle in friendships about not having enough friends? Do you struggle at all in holding your friendships? Do you feel that you resonate with this word struggle when it comes to friendships? Money. That we all understand. If you struggle in any part when it comes to dealing with money, do you struggle in giving away money? Do you struggle in receiving money? Do you struggle that you don't have enough money? Do you struggle when it comes to looking at money and saying, okay, I'm open to receiving, I'm in a receiver mode. Do you struggle with that part? There are so many different parts of struggle where money is involved. Do you struggle when you meet somebody who has more money than you? Do you struggle to come to terms with that? So, money being a term. Take a look at it, all of these three, and just jot down if the word struggle resonates with you in one of these areas. The next, loneliness. Do you struggle with loneliness? It doesn't have to do with a companion on the outside, because you could have a companion and yet struggle with loneliness. Or do you struggle thinking that, oh, if only I had a companion, I would not be lonely? Do you struggle? Do you struggle in coming to terms with any of your traumatic events of the past? Anything at any point in time. If something that was traumatic for you would be death of a person, would be something that happened to you, anything that happened in your past, a trauma that happened with you. Do you struggle every time you look back at that? Do you struggle to come to terms with that? And then family. Do you struggle with your family? Family at large, whatever you call as family, do you have struggles with them? Do you have struggles keeping your family together? Is there something in particular? And that would be relationships in a family. Do you struggle in your relationship with either your children or your parents, a spouse, brothers, sisters, siblings, cousins? Do you have problems in relationships? Can you keep them? Can you be happy in them? Are you happy in them? Or is it a constant struggle? While we work on the struggle, we are just not simply referring to things that are happening today. Please go back and look into the past and see if these words have anywhere been there in your past. You might have done some inner work on them already, but just for the sake of today's webinar, so that you can go a little bit deeper into whatever releases you did early, just so that you can go a little bit more inner. Take a look at those old incidents as well. Maybe today you are not lonely, but if loneliness was a part of you and you struggled with it, look into that. And yes, I resonate with that. And this is where I was lonely. This is for how long I was lonely, etc., etc. One or two lines is what you will write for yourself. Do you struggle in communicating with others? So many people come to me and say, I struggle to be understood. Nobody understands me. So if you feel that people don't understand you, that you are not able to get through to them, then that is the struggle in communication. Do you struggle to deal with failures? Wherever in life you have felt like a failure, if anything comes to mind, that I have felt a failure in this relationship or in this particular aspect of my life, maybe a job, maybe work related, maybe relationships. If you feel like a failure, then you're struggling with that term failure itself. And then sometimes life moves too quickly. and you have to move along with it. But maybe it's a move to a new place that you struggled with or are struggling with. Or maybe it's a new job, maybe it's a new setting, and you are not able to cope with it, and so you struggle. With life changes, maybe you were single and then got married, and now you no longer can cope up with all the life changes that have come about suddenly. So, do you struggle? Or at any point in time, if you feel that there was a lot of struggle involved, then circle that area. Do you struggle with any of these aspects of health, which we term as mental health? So there could be what you might call a condition, I just call a frequency. But if you struggle with anxiety or with depression or with some other condition, there are many in the market today. So if you do struggle with something that you might put under this column, make a note of it. Make a note of it. Addictions. Do you struggle with what you might call as an addiction? You want to let go of a habit of yours, and it's a struggle. You can't let go. If that is something that you've been going through, that's the struggle with addiction. With physical health, we might be in a physical condition where we are not able to function properly. And that would be a struggle sometimes to get up, to perform what somebody might term as routine jobs. If that is a struggle for you, any aspect of your life where you think that the physical body is where the struggle is, please look into that, mark that. And then sometimes we struggle with our body image. A very common struggle is the ideal weight in our mind, the image of the body that we have, the image of what it should be like, and then our struggle to get to that place. So, do you struggle with something of a body image? And then the most important, so last but really the most important, do you struggle within the self? Do you struggle when you have to meet with the outside world and it is not conforming to your ideas of how something should function? When people don't have like-minded views, do you struggle to accept them? When you can see that something that is happening outside is completely wrong, do you struggle to be able to accept that wrong stuff? So all of these areas which we want to know where all we struggle. And now, evaluate the struggle. So if you are done writing it all down, or maybe I give you a few more minutes, Oops, I think I'm screen sharing, but I left that part. I need to get back to this again. Okay. All right, then we've got all of these and evaluate. Okay. Evaluate the word struggle itself. The situation is difficult. That's what you call a struggle. The situation is difficult and you are fighting it. You are not at ease with the situation and you wish to win. Look at all the examples that you might have written up there and now evaluate it with reference to these lines. The situation is difficult. Yes, you are fighting it. You are not at ease with the situation and you wish to change. You wish to change that outcome. You wish to change the situation. And therein is your wish to win. Whether you're looking at friendships or money or communication, the situation is difficult for you and you have to fight it. You have to fight it. And that is where the struggle is created. You're fighting the situation. Recognize that if you didn't fight, you would lose, right? If you didn't fight the situation, then obviously you would lose. So in this moment, ponder upon what will you lose? What emotions do you experience as you think about the actors, the event, the situations where a loss might play out? Look at the emotions. In a relationship, as you look at a relationship, what emotions do you experience as you think about the actors, events, situations, which are your reason for the struggle? And then what would happen? What would you lose? And when you think about that loss, what emotions are you experiencing? And then recognize as you go through them, fear of loss. You will find fear of losing something underneath this entire fight. Why are you fighting the situation? Because there is fear of losing something that you hold very important, very precious. And so, because you hold something very important and very precious, the experience is of fear of losing that. The fear of losing that which you hold precious. Maybe it's a job, you really need the job. Maybe it's friendship, and you're struggling to keep it going. Maybe you're struggling with mental health. What do you fear losing? Your own self, your entire life. So these are experiences of fear of loss, fear of losing something, someone. If there is something else that you recognize from here, Please note it down. If you like to share it with us, please do so on the chat. But the one thing that you will find underneath everything, that there is fear of loss of yourself, of somebody on the outside, something that you hold precious, something that you really need, fear of loss. And now we come to the acceptance. So accept that this experience is of fear. Accept that the experience is of fear. Fear of turning into a failure. You don't want that. And so, for that very reason, you are struggling. You're struggling to win. You're struggling to rise above that situation. But firstly, now, to accept that this very experience that we are going through as we look at struggle in different parts of our lives, accept that the entire experience is simply of fear of turning into a failure. Are you able to see it? Are you able to experience this aha moment? Accept that the struggles are a way for you to experience fights outside and within. Struggles are simply situation, events. How will you experience what you came to experience on earth? On earth, you did not come to experience peace. On earth, you came to experience polarity, duality, and all of that stuff that separation is made of. And when there is separation, there is going to be the experience of a fight, sometimes outside and sometimes within. So, in this moment, simply accept that yes, struggles, I go through struggles because my energy wishes to experience fights outside and within. We are not looking to release anything, not yet. We are simply looking at the whole situation from the energy perspective as to why our energy keeps creating struggle in so many different parts of our lives. Why? So, right now, we are simply accepting what the experience of a struggle is. It is the experience of a fight. You fight outside and then you fight within. You want to make peace, but the fight continues. That is when you struggle. And lastly, accept that you will not win at all times. You will not. You will win and you will lose. So remember, we first said you wish to win, and that's what creates struggle because I am not accepting of the situation. No, no, I can be better. I can do better in this situation. And therein starts the struggle. And so, right now, simply accepting that at some parts of this struggle, you will experience a win. And in some parts of the struggle, you will experience loss. So, yes, you are experiencing fear of loss and fighting it. And I'm saying simply accept the loss itself. When you accept the loss, that fear of loss starts to loosen its grip on you. The actual loss and the fear of loss are two different frequencies. The actual loss is all about sadness, grief, and that's the frequency. But when you begin to fear that sadness, when you fear that grief and you don't want to accept that frequency, now you fear that frequency itself, therein starts and therein becomes the struggle. Because now you don't wish to look at sadness and now you wish to change that. You wish to win over sadness. You wish to win over grief. Whatever that loss might be, might not be big enough to lead to grief, or might be. Sadness and grief are simply degrees of the same frequency. So accept that parts of it you will get to experience sadness, and parts of it you will get to experience joy. When you win, you get to experience joy. But in this moment, simply accepting both sides of the coin. And again, release the expectation of the outcome that your inner work will lead for the experience to change. So release in this moment the expectation of the outcome, and with your inner work, the experience should change. In this moment, are you able to release your expectation? Take a look at all the stuff that you have put under the columns of struggle and see, are you able to release your expectation of changing this situation? If you are able to see that right now in this moment, you have let go of some of those expectations, it simply means that the finger has turned within. Now ask yourself, are you able to thank the actor for bringing the awareness of this emotion to you? Which emotion? The fear of loss. Are you able to thank the actor for bringing the awareness of this emotion to you? If the actor is a person, are you able to hug them in the energies? And if the actor is an event, are you able to hug all the persons that are related to this event? If you can hug, the finger is within. If not, the finger is outside. It's okay. We do not want to rush this hugging part. It is a very crucial part when we begin to understand that the finger has to come within. But right now, if you are not able to hug, make a note that here I am not able to hug, which means there is more inner work needed in that space. So it becomes a mental note to yourself that, okay, this is the place I need to do. I need to go through this exercise again. I need to do some more journaling. I have so many tools at my disposal. I need to do some more of the inner work so that I can come to this place where I can hug this person with gratitude that thank you for showing me how much fear of this kind I am holding within. And now, as you are hugging the person, as you are able to hug the person, simply in this moment itself, I take energy from Meenal. I am Meenal. Because when you are Meenal, this acceptance comes a little bit easier. This acceptance that everything is simply illusionary. And I am moving through these illusions with my energy field. Just as everybody else is moving through the illusions with their energy field. But illusion it is. Illusion of relationships, illusion of what the perfect body size, body shape needs to be, illusion of what family relationships should look like, illusions of what money would deliver to you, illusion of being something, being a somebody at work. All of these illusions we create around ourselves. And right now, as you are sitting in the frequency of Meenal, you understand the Shiva, the Shakti, the power that you are. The power not to be successful at any of these things, but the power to see that you are already Shiva. You are already Shakti. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, nowhere to be. Simply passage of time on earth. And so I take energy from Meenal. I am Meenal. This frequency that helps you let go of the stories that you become so entangled in. I take energy from Meenal. I am Meenal. I am Meenal. And now, as in Meenal frequency, ask money. Ask money. What can I do to simplify this situation? Mind you, the word is simplify. Simplification is not about finding an answer to end the struggle. It is simply about making you come to peace a little bit more with what you are experiencing. Making you come to peace a little bit more with your experience. So sit and ask Mani, Mani, what can I do to simplify this situation? If there are a few situations and you've got struggles all over in that previous writing of yours, look at the most important one right now and move along with that. And you can always come back to this assignment and do it again. Do it for every situation and you will find some answers. You will get your finger to move with it a little bit more. Simplifying, as you would have asked Mani, what can I do to simplify this situation? Simplifying begins to change the energy of that which is causing the struggle. Recognize what is tying you down. We termed it as fear of loss. So, is it fear of losing out? Maybe on life, maybe on a person. Is it fear of not living a full life? Fear of not having enough? Fear of being rejected by the society or by loved ones? Fear of loss. In each of these instances, there is fear of loss. Simplify is about being able to look at fear as fear is just a frequency. Are you ready to release it in this moment? Remember, release too is only about you becoming aware that you are holding on to a frequency and that you can let go of it in this very moment. And again, tomorrow, you might hold it back again. And that is okay. It is okay. Why? Because every time you become aware that you are holding it, you can release it again. So if it comes back tomorrow, release it again tomorrow. Why? It's just a frequency. And so read these lines slowly, several times. I am the vessel holding the emotions. I, I am the creator of these emotions. And this is my experience of this moment. Today's case, it's fear. So I allow this emotion of fear. It's just a frequency. It is just an emotion. And yes, it is also okay for me to experience this emotion again. It is okay. You are giving yourself this allowance, allowing yourself that yes, you can play in fear. You don't have to run away from fear itself. It is just a frequency. You are the creator, and sometimes you will create fear less, and sometimes you will create fear. Every time you create fear, we don't have to run away from it. We simply allow it because it's just a frequency. And from that space, you can begin to shift your energy to fearless. Running away from fear makes you stay in the very same energy. When you run away from fear, it is still fear only that you are holding. And so, allowing it, it is okay for me to experience this emotion again. And in the now, whatever you can, just looking at fear as just a frequency. I am the vessel holding the emotions. I am the creator. I am the creator of these emotions. Why did we create all of this? To experience that frequency in this moment. This is my experience of this moment. I allow this emotion. It is just a frequency. Okay, everyone. And then with that, what are you ready to celebrate today in this moment? And in this moment, I feel like a winner. I feel so awesome because I am awesome. I am so awesome. Every experience that I have been through in my life, selected by me, curated by me. So beautiful. We create, we curate, and then when we experience, we're like, ah. So fun. Darshan, I will put it up in the WhatsApp group and then you can take it from there and then you can also take it from the webinar later. Darshan asked for the second slide again. So anyways, all right, everybody. So let's see what we have. Anybody sharing? Yayati says, there is nothing to do, bas masti hi masti. Beautiful. Prince says, I'm feeling my fear acutely right now. And that is what I am going to celebrate, my fear. Wonderful. As you celebrate your fear, it becomes more a part of your acceptance rather than your rejection. And whatever we reject continues to stay. So, learning to not reject. Why? It's just a frequency. And when we are feeling our fear acutely at any point in time, the finger is in the future. So, bringing the fear into awareness and bringing yourself into the now. Into the now. Because in the now, there is no fear. In the now, there is, I don't know, some webinar happening, some woman doing chun 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 chun. And where is the fear? In the now. So, celebrating the moment of now. Whenever fear is experienced, it has either a source in the back end, which is the past, but mostly it has, you know, I tell people wear rose-colored glasses for the future. Why don't you wear rose-colored glasses for the future? Why do you hold so much fear for the future? Come into the frequency of abundance. And then the universe is playing in my favor. So the universe will play in my favor, irrespective of what happens. I might die tomorrow, and that would be the universe playing in my favor. That's how the universe is constantly playing in our favor. The guidance is not here to give us what we want. The guidance is here to empty us from our wants. And all of these guidances which are coming as part of the journaling, these are all so that you can empty yourself of your wants, because that is where all the struggles are sitting. From wants and desires for a tomorrow, that's where all the struggles are sitting. Acceptance is not there. That's where struggles are sitting. I'm going through anxiety related to a trip, and so I'm going to celebrate that. Yeah, that's perfect. तेरी आंख तेरी आंख ने सबको मस्त बना दिया है, darling. Oh, how cute is that? Thank you so much. आंखें दिखा तो दूं फिर nice. Wonderful.
थैंक यू
Wonderful.
आंखें दिखाने के लिए
I went I went through the experience of fear of drowning, fear of death today. I'm still alive now. Okay. But if you were dead, that would be the universe playing in your favor. I just said that. Well, and if you're alive, well, it's the universe playing in your favor.
A lifeguard saved me.
Okay. Then that's the universe playing in your favor.
And the moment of surrender, I saw the butterfly last thing, and then the that lifeguard coming and saying, "मैं आ रहा हूँ, मैं आ रहा हूँ."
Okay. How wonderful. He,
Yeah,
through that, the illusion continues. Otherwise, it might be that this illusion would have ended and another one would have begun. So,
yeah,
illusion it is. This life, next life, another life. Illusion, illusion, illusion. And that is
right.
why money is looking to empty us. If we release the expectation that the situation changes, this also causes me to feel a little hopelessness. I feel anger, sadness within about why I should have to be in this situation. Although money and you guide to accept or release these emotions, but still here I am. Remember the last line that I said that if you are not able to hug the people, if you're not able to hug the people, the events, or whatever, then make a mental note of it that this is where work remains. So, this is where work remains. And you've already put down the work, what the work is. You've already recognized the work, so you haven't, but it's all there written out right there. It causes me to feel a little hopelessness. Okay, so where is the hopelessness sitting? And what will you do about it? You will go to journaling part 1. And it makes me feel anger and sadness. Okay, then what else will you do about these frequencies as well? So I understand where the work is. You can go back to journaling part 1 and be over there and then look at all of these emotions that you are holding within. And that's it. I tell you to release these emotions, not anymore. This part of journaling, because I found that everybody was so much in a rush to release from the positivity process that the first part of positivity process was not being done. And that is acceptance of the emotion as just a frequency. Not doing it. Then that is why this whole journaling business has started all over again, so that you can, and this time the focus is not at all on the release. The focus is on accept. If you will even say see all the slides with money, money doesn't say, oh, money is telling you to release these emotions. No, money is not. Money is not. Money is saying accept that the situation might not change. Accept that you are going to win some and you are going to lose some. If you're able to accept, the struggle will stop. This particular webinar is about struggles. And if you're not able to accept, that's perfectly fine. You continue with your struggles in this direction, in that direction. There is 15 different directions that I already pointed out where struggles could be. So you continue with your struggles and you learn to live your life struggling. And then there will be a time when you will be like, okay, I'm done with struggles and I would like to change to the opposite of struggles. The opposite of struggles is ease and grace. But when you're able to look at all your struggles through the webinar that we showed today and you're able to accept them and not want to change the situation, therein lies the paradox. that when you are able to accept the situation already, you become easy, and grace already comes in that easiness. So, still, here you are. Okay, that's your journey from struggle to ease and grace. However, you would like to do it, whenever you would like to do it, you won't want to do it. All, all of those choices belong to you and are perfectly okay. Perfectly okay. Yeah, he says this choo-choo is so amazing that it frees us from our lack frequencies of fear, of whatever frequency we are in, and brings us to joy and happiness. Merci beaucoup. Yes, that indeed is where money is taking us. Through each step of looking within, he is taking us to empty, empty, empty. That's where to be. Okay, everyone. And wait, we've got some more. Releasing expectations from doing inner work. And I'm always awesome, whatever the outcome. That be the correct way. Helene says, I came to know my deep fears cause so much struggle. I can celebrate that. I came to know all about going in my life. And now I'm emptying myself. Wonderful. And Manjari says, today was beautiful. I needed it like how? Wonderful. All right, everybody. So beautiful that you all are resonating with this. Again, it's not my job to remind you, but I remind you. This is something you can do every day, and it'll take you deeper and deeper within. The finger will come deeper and deeper within, and life will flow with so much more ease and grace. So enjoy life, and then find some time to do this. Have fun. Yay, darshan goes like this. Yes, that's my victory. That's my victory for everything. All right, all that is my
Thank
celebration
you.
dance at all times. And there we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Lots
Thank
of love to
you.
everybody. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.